Top of the AM on this Thursday morning. It's been about a week, but I'm back up in here with more content for y'all. For everybody who's first time on the show, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So today I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. This morning is it's probably like 7:30, something like that. I don't know. I'm just tired, just up, been working out. This is the life I live. This is what keep me out of prison. So that's what this is about. This is part two of how to
all day life, all night life, offense life, defense life, it's squad life.
Stuff like this is what it takes. You got to be able to push yourself. You got to be able to get up early in the morning. You got to get out there and hustle. You got to be able to apply yourself the same way you did in prison. You cannot come out here and be lazy. You cannot come out here and allow yourself to fall into some sort of comfort zone to where the comfort zone is not allowing you to grow, not allowing you to prosper. You staying stuck right there because you're so like, I'm free. I'm free. I just want to kick it. I want to chill. I want to kick it with the homies. I want to hang with these females. I want to do my thing. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can, but you can't. You gotta choose wisely. If you're gonna do that, you hang with some females, you know the type of females you're dealing with, or the type of female you're dealing with, you know the circumstances, you know what she's about. Do not do this. Do not come home and be quick to get with the people who wasn't there for you while you was locked up. Make sure you come home, you spending your time, you trying to chill and have a good time, you like free at last. I know the feeling. I've been there many a times. I get it, right? But make sure you doing that. You spending that quality time with people who is there for you. Do not forget the people who is there for you. So when you start on that level right there, when you just start thinking like that, I'm fucking with my folks. My folks was down here for me the whole time. They sent me packages. They came to visit me. They put money in the books. They accepted collect calls. They brought my kids to see you. All that old kind of stuff. That's who you kick it with when you fresh out. That's what you do. Don't be quick to go out here and be with the homies who wasn't there for you, because you're going to go out to be with the homies who wasn't there for you, and they're not really there for you now. That's why they calling you back into this. Like, you know what I mean? So if you wasn't there for me when I was in prison, I don't expect you to be there for me now. We be brainwashed, we be fooled thinking the homies is there for us when they want to give us a sack. Like, here, homie, you get back on your feet, right? Most of us think, oh yeah, the homie put me down, the homie looked out for me, but not really. The homie just setting you up for failure. You can go ahead and get you some money, but you back in the game now. You might bubble. You might go all the way up. You might just blow up. You might be the man. You might just, you might be on one. But at some point in time, that's gonna lead you back to something that's gonna take you back to where you came from. And that's the purpose. That's the mission. The goal is to avoid going back where we came from, right? Unless we talking about some historical type shit and niggas talking about go back to Africa type shit. And a lot of us don't want to go back there. So I'm not going to even go there with it, right? So I'm just saying we do not want to go back to prison, period. So we got to do things that's going to keep us from going back to prison. We got to think about that all the time. Once we start losing sight on that, we start losing focus on the things that took us to prison the first time and the things that could take us back to prison. We lose focus on that. We just gonna be out here just blowing with the wind. We just going for the moment. We having a good time. It's fun. The homies got drink and weed. These females is on you now. You know things is going your way. It's cool. You having a ball. Enjoy that. But if you're doing that right now and you up, make wise decisions while you up, man. Do not wait until you down to your last thousand or whatever. I mean, do not wait until then or 2,000 or whatever and be like, oh, I got to figure out something else to do. No, make the wise decisions while you up, man. Be wise now. Do not wait until it's all bad to decide I should have put some money into that. Listen to the people who did it before you. Listen to the people who's doing it right now that they made the right decisions. Everybody in the game, at some point in time, you got to flip that, bro. You can't do that forever. You got to go ahead and flip that. It's good to you, but that ain't going to last forever. And to stick with that, it's going to take you back to doing something that's going to take you back to where you've been, which is the pen. Y'all get that? So how to stay out of prison is to avoid is to avoid situations. Certain situations you got to avoid. You cannot be part of every situation like you used to. You cannot be around all these crowds like you used to. That stuff is addictive. The gang bang culture, the gang bang lifestyle, street life is addicting. Once you get back into it, it just pulls you in. You just get sucked back in. Now next thing you know, you like, fuck it, I'm out here. I'm just thugging. You just get to that don't give a fuck mentality, like fuck it, what they gonna do to me, fuck it. And now you just you just full throttle, you just turned up in the streets the way you used to be. You definitely on your way back to the joint, or you gonna get knocked down, or you gonna knock somebody down, which gonna lead you back to the joint. So you want to prevent that by all means, and that goes back to this: the circumstances, the surroundings, the situations. You got to avoid a lot of these things. You got to play chess. You got to play chess with your life. And like I said before, a lot of people is really good on that chessboard, but you're sorry as hell at the game of life. You don't know how to play the game of life, but you get on that chessboard, you move them pieces superbly. You move them pieces viciously, right? You the chess master. But in the game of life, you suck. Facts. That's reality for a lot of motherfuckers. You just suck at life, but you the shit on the court. You the shit on the board, but in life you do not know how to make the right moves. Now, I've been like that, right? I've been like that in my past. I haven't made the right moves. That's why I end up in prison so many times. Now I'm making the right moves. I'm not manifesting the right moves the way I should, but I'm learning as I go. I'm just being patient with this game, and that's how you got to be patient with. That's why I've been out going on 6 years now, because I'm just being patient with. I'm not in no rush for nothing. I want a lot, but I got to be patient. I want to build it right. So should you. When you're trying to rush to get that bread, hit that quick leg, and go flip that quick, that work real quick, do your thing. Man, that shit don't last forever, y'all. Period. That shit do not last forever, man. Get involved in something else. You got that money, flip that money into something else while you can, man. Become a businessman. Because most dope dealers become the best businessmen. Most dope dealers become the best businessmen in the music industry and in Hollywood and everything else. So you got to think. You got to start opening your mind. That's key to staying out of prison, opening your mind. Free your mind. If your mind ain't free, you still got that slave mentality. You shackled. You're going to stay limited. You're going to stay in that box I keep talking about. You're not trying to grow. When you stay in that box is going to eventually lead you back to prison, because in that box you're doing the same thing that you've been doing all your life, and that's going to get you back to prison because you're still around the same stuff. So I suggest step outside your comfort zone, see different things, go explore different things. If you're somewhere near where you can go take hikes at, go take hikes, man. Get away from the norm, get away from the bullshit, get away from what you grew up in. I mean, as we say, we are products of our environment. Get away from that environment. You don't have to live in the hood if you don't have to. I mean, why? If you can get out the hood and live somewhere else and where you can get a peace of mind, do it. You know what I mean? We like to stay connected to the hood and live in the hood, but at the same time, when you just getting out of prison, sometimes living in the hood ain't a good thing. Especially if your hood is hot and the police keep coming through there and people keep coming through there, so much going on, so you get caught up. These cats come through busting, but people who do not understand, who do not know this, when you're on parole, you're a gang member, you get shot, you can still get violated. That's cold, but that's the way it is. So it goes back to, like I said, situations, circumstances, surroundings. You gotta remember that. You gotta always think about that. When you jump in the car with the homies, when you're going over here, you think these females is cool in the enemy's hood. You think this, you think that. You're just trying to fool yourself to believing that, oh, it's okay. But no, it's not, man. You gotta think. Sometimes you gotta sit your ass down, man. You just want to kick it at the house, get you some weed, get you a couple brews or something, sit at the house and chill, stay out the streets. That's gonna keep you out of prison. But when you gotta be in the streets all the time, you want to be out there riding around in the shit, and you just got out of prison, yes, you're on your way back because you already out here fucking around. Fucking around real quick. I done did it, and I done went back to prison. Every time I did it, I done went back to prison. Didn't stay out of prison long at all. I went back to prison. Fuck that. I'm tired of going back to prison. Been in prison most of my life. For y'all that's been in prison, even if you've been in prison 2 days, that's enough. Stay the fuck out of prison. Get that in your head. I'm not going back to prison. And don't fool yourself and start thinking so much like everybody else. Like so many people that thought, get rich or die trying. Fuck that. I ain't going back to the pen. I'm holding court. Get that out your head, man. You got kids. You got a family. You got people who love you. Stop thinking like that. That's selfish thinking. Don't think like that. That's dumb as fuck. I'm not going back. I'm finna gun it out. Fuck that. When you allow yourself to get to that step, that phase in life, you got a serious problem, man. Because you don't never want to allow yourself to get that. See, this go back to chess. You moving them pieces, you moving them pawns. You controlling the board. You know what you making moves two steps ahead. You thinking 2 steps ahead by each move. Each move is calculated on that board. But in life out here on these streets, it's not. We don't think like that. Calculate your steps wherever you at, whatever you're doing, wherever you from. Calculate them steps. Think about what you're doing and think, is it really worth it? It's ways to do everything, but you don't have to go out like that. You just got to pen, give yourself a chance. There's a lot to do out here. This shit is free. This is beautiful. It's lovely out here. It's like check for check. That's cool. You did check for check on the bullshit ass 13, 14 cents working in the motherfucking kitchen and being dorm porters and shit and all that shit, pushing brooms and shit up and down the tiers and the units and shit. Fuck all that. You're going to get way more out here. These Amazon jobs is paying. They hiring motherfuckers left and right. Too many jobs out here is felon friendly. They got non-profit organizations and all kind of other organizations that help us out here. And if you in prison, you watching this, learn what you can right now, bro. Go to them groups, them self-help groups. Man, get all that shit together upstairs, man, because you're going to need it. You're going to need basic thinking more than you need education out here on these streets, straight up. You got to be able to think basically wisely. Way more than a motherfucking college degree that you're getting from Coastline Community College and all that shit. That shit is cool, but you got to know how to think, because you can have that motherfucking degree. Like so many people I know got them in the joint. Like I said, I was going to Coastline when I was in there. But still, so many people like, well, I got this degree, I got that degree. What the fuck? You don't know how to think, bruh. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to do with them degrees. You gonna have just a piece of paper just to say I did that. It's accomplishment. That's cool. Congratulations. But that shit ain't doing nothing for you if you know how to think. You know how to apply knowledge and wisdom in the right direction. You know how to apply creativity in the right direction. You thinking negativity all the time. It ain't all about negativity all the time. If that's all you thinking, your scale is unbalanced. You get it? Negativity and positivity. If all you thinking is negativity is this, so eventually you're going to tip. You're going to tip like this here, because that's all you thinking. I ain't saying you're going to tip this way if you go positively, because you're going to always have some positivity, but even when you're doing positive stuff, some type of negativity going to be involved in it. Hot negative. You get a spark. Keep that balance right. Don't just think positivity. Don't think negative. Don't just think negative. Think positive. If you're doing both and you balance it out, make sure you're doing more positive stuff than you're doing negative stuff. I hope I didn't confuse y'all with that. It's early in the morning, I'm just off the head. I just wanted to share something with y'all. I haven't posted nothing about a week. A lot of things is going on. Life happens for everybody. We all go through things. It ain't just always easy and quick to throw up stuff when you really care about the content that you put out and the stuff you're talking about. I could just jump on here and say anything, but I don't want to do that. A lot of times it might sound like I do that. Some people might feel that's what I do. Fuck y'all if that's how you feel. I don't give a fuck, but this is what I do. So I try to put it out there, the right shit, the right way when I feel it. If I don't feel it, I'm not going to put it out. I got to feel it. That's like a rapper, a singer, whatever. You got to feel it, period. So for all you haters out there, good morning to all you motherfuckers out there and all you positive thinking cats, everybody trying to be productive, what that shit do. Keep grinding, stay on your shit, man. Stay focused, avoid the bullshit. Keep that direction, man. You got to have a sense of direction in life in order to make it out here. Stay out the motherfucking penitentiary, man. One man, all races, I don't give a damn, man. Stay out them damn camps, man. Them jails is not what's happening. It's not cool to be going back and forth in there. The shit that's going on in there, it's too much. I got prison stories coming. You see prison stories on all these other channels. So much shit going on. Why put yourself in that if you don't have to? Some things we gonna do because we have to. But if you don't have to, why do it? Let it make sense.